How did you start your...
Welcome back to Afternoon Live. You're taking a live look at our A camera up in Ridgefield. Beautiful shot. Oh, that looks great. All right, well, if you're having trouble asking your partner for what you want in the bedroom, our next guest is here with invaluable advice to help you take that first step. We welcome back sex coach Kristine D'Angelo. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And we, just so everyone knows, we pushed the kids out.
Yes.
Yes, just an adult studio right now. But take us through it, because this is a major issue for a lot of couples.
Yes, it's definitely something that I see often in my practice. Couples come to me, even individuals, saying, where do I start? How do I approach this, right? So the first piece of advice I have is to really get to know yourself first.
Okay.
Spend time with yourself, exploring what feels good to you, what kind of touch you prefer, so that you have a really good, clear understanding of what you're about to ask of your partner.
What if you've never done that before? What's like a breaking barrier?
I would start with just almost like self-massage.
Okay.
Like when you get out of the shower, take time to dry yourself off and then slowly apply lotion or some kind of oil to like moisturize your skin so that you can really get a feel for your body and what feels good.
Is that something that you want to reveal? Do you reveal to your partner that you're already thinking about this, or do you first take the steps to yourself?
I would say spend time with yourself first and don't mention it.
Okay.
Yet.
And then what? Then what? After you've done that?
So the next step would be to, once you're aware of what you're about to ask, have this conversation outside the bedroom. Not in the moment when it's sexy time, right?
Okay, right.
Right? Because if what can happen when you're doing that is you're in the middle of it and you're pausing the moment, right? And you're saying like, hey, I'm about to ask you to do this thing for me that I know I've never mentioned before, and your partner might become a little bit anxious, and there's some fear might happen there. Be like, I don't know what you're asking of me, and they might not have the right skill set behind that. So have this conversation outside the bedroom and be prepared with specific examples, details, and some instruction for your partner so that they fully understand what you're asking of them, because they're not a mind reader.
Right. But what if they take it, if they're defensive, right? Because you've been in a relationship, they think everything's going great, and suddenly you're saying, well, not so much, I want to add more.
Right.
How do you make it so they don't become defensive?
Serve it in a beautiful compliment sandwich, right?
That's the answer to a lot of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Serve it in a beautiful compliment
Start
sandwich.
off with saying, you know, I really like our sex life. I love it when you do this and that. I do feel like there's a little bit of room for improvement, though, in this area. And I think this is something that we could explore together and ultimately make our sex life better.
And what if they still get defensive or say no?
Then it's time to see a sex coach.
Okay, then it's time to come to you.
Yeah.
So you said don't do this when you're in the bedroom already. Is it a date? Is it on the date? Is it watching TV at night? I mean, is it a good time?
I think it's anytime you're feeling a connection with your partner, that's a great time to do it. Maybe not after a fight. That's not such a good time. Definitely if you're just snuggling on the couch, that's a great time. If you're out to dinner, that's a great time. If you're out on an evening walk, that's a perfect time.
Is it a time, too, when maybe you should turn it towards yourself? Maybe address, hey, maybe there's something I could be doing for you that's better.
Exactly, exactly. So when you bring the examples to them and you're saying, hey, this is something I'm wanting, you might be surprised they come back with, oh, I'm actually really relieved you brought this up, because there's something I would like from you, right? So it opens that conversation, and it allows you both to just bring that intimacy and connection into your relationship and build on that.
So you've had the conversation, what's next?
You hit sexy time, right? So you have to decide.
You've got to be ready at that point, right? Because you've already said it.
Yeah. Hopefully you've provided your partner with enough information and guidance so that they understand what you're asking of them, and ask them, well, is tonight a good time to try that? It might not be. They might say, I'm not ready. Right?
Right.
And so communication is very important in that moment. And then when you are ready and you're in that moment and your partner is doing these things you're asking them to do, provide them with positive encouragement in that moment. Say things like, yes, this feels really good. Yes, you're getting closer. Yes, this is what I was asking. Like this, just say yes. Let your partner know that they're on the right track.
Compliment sandwich and yes.
Yes.
Are you an appointment person, or do you like it to be spontaneous, or should you say, okay, well maybe next, make an appointment?
I think it depends on the couple. If spontaneous sex gets you going and that really is a turn on for you both, then go that route, and then maybe one of you say, is now a good time to try that, right? Or you can plan it. I think planning definitely has a place in a lot of people's lives around sex because our lives are so busy that it's good to schedule that out.
And many people probably feel alone because it's something that they shy away from talking about, but they're not. This is a common issue. Very
common, very common. And it also, once you open that conversation, it will flow. Like your partner is going to be receptive. You're being vulnerable with your partner, right? And so you're hoping that that's met with a loving response, and that builds intimacy.
Anything different that you should do if you've been in a long-term relationship, if you've been married for 30 years versus a newer marriage or partner?
Yeah, if there's an idea or a technique or a position or something new that you've talked about in the past but have never actually done, bring that up. If that's something that you're wanting to try, for sure, I'd be like, now is the perfect time because the conversation is open.
Kristine, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, you always make conversations so much more comfortable.
Thank you.
Yes. We'll have more information about today's segment and about Kristine on our website at KATU.com. All right, coming up next, your post-baby plan to get back into shape. Plus, Val from Dancing with the Stars joins us. Thank you. Yeah.
Are you still struggling?
The Oregon Fun Card is back. The Oregon Fun Card makes exploring and visiting local attractions easy and fun.